Okay, I'm going to go over Unit 3.1, comparing functions for B-Day students. This is what we'll be doing when you come in tomorrow and Friday. I ask you to do the study, and so let's go through a few of these pages as much as I can in 5 minutes for this video. Comparing functions, essentially you're going to be comparing the slope and the y-intercept. And they're going to call the slope and the y-intercept different things that we'll go over. But on page 1 of this, they are just showing you that a table is one way to show inputs and outputs. A graph is also another way to show inputs and outputs. Let's see, then go to page 2. A linear equation is any equation whose graph is a line. Linear means a line. And that can be graphed. Use the vertical line test to determine whether this graph is a function. If any vertical line passes through the graph more than once, it's not a function, and we've talked about that too. And here's the blue vertical lines going through this red line, showing you that each blue line only goes through this line once. No matter where you would put a vertical line on that graph, it only goes through once, so that line is a function. Here are examples that may or may not be linear functions. So of course this one is a linear function. Let's look at example 2. This is not linear, but it is a function because it passes the vertical line test. This is a vertical line. It would definitely not pass the vertical line test because if you put a vertical line on top of this, it would go through every single point. Page 3, drag each set of ordered pairs to another representation of the same linear function. So they're asking you to drag these into one of these places up here. So starting with the one I'm on right here, 0, 0, let's look, here's 0, 0. I don't know what just happened to my cursor. 1, -2, 1, -2, I'm just making sure they match. 2, -4, 2, -4, 3, -6, 4. So you would just take this and drag it there. Okay, I don't know what I just did to my cursor to make it look like that. And then you do that with the rest of them too. This one, y equals x plus 2, so you want to find the ordered pair down here that if you add 2 to the x, it gives you the y. 0 plus 2 is 2, not -1. 0 plus 2 is 2, not -7. 0 plus 2 is 2, not 1. This last one, 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6, and so forth. So that is the one that would go there. And that's how you do those. I'm going to move on because of time. Well, it goes there. Okay, submit. Finding the rate of change. When they talk about rate of change, they're talking about the slope. That's all they're talking about is the slope, the change in y over the change in x. Comparing rates of change. When it says comparing rates of change, it's talking about comparing the slopes. I'm looking at my timer because this can only be 5 minutes at a time. Practice with rates of change. Let's see, Andy's total distance after day 2 is 7 miles. What are they asking you to do here? Formula for the rate of change. So they're giving you like 2 different set of ordered pairs here, 2, 7, 4, 13. So you find the difference in the y's. So 13 minus 7 is what we're looking for on top, and then 4 minus 2 is what we're looking for on bottom. And 13 minus 7 is 6, 4 minus 2 is 2, so 6 divided by 2, and then you type in your 3. Okay, that's what it's asking you to do there. Page 6, we got about halfway through. Comparing the starting values. Starting values is talking about the y-intercept. The y-intercept, where everything starts. And I'm going to have to end the video now, but I'll pick it up right here in just a second, just a minute.